Did you see that power move that Trump pulled on Starmer at the G7? Let's take a quick look.
And we just signed a document. This is, sorry about that. A very important document. A little windy out here. Give me that. We just signed it and it's done.
Was it a power move? Well, I don't think President Trump dropped those papers by accident, although he made it appear that way. Same thing happened to me years and years ago. About 20 years ago, I worked as a driver for some very wealthy people. One client, the ultra-rich household name, drove him up to Scotland and back. I was backed in his car into the garage, and he was standing in the doorway that led into the house. And as I got out of the car, he drops a £20 note on the floor. Of course, I bent down, picked it up, said, "Mister, you dropped 20. And he turns and he says, "Keep it." You know, I'll never forget it. Very dismissive hand gesture came along with it. And that was a test, it was a test to see if, A, am I honest enough not to just pick it up and put it in my pocket? And if I draw his attention to it, which obviously I did, that was his way of tipping me. So instead of, handing me a £20 note man to man, he's got me down on the floor, picking it up, and that was his way of pointing out that I'm a subordinate, lower than him. It's really condescending sort of way of doing things. But that's what President Trump did with Starmer. He wanted Starmer scrambling around on the floor, knowing his place. He's just a subordinate, and it's a clever trick. If that's what you want to do, it's a clever trick. It's not very nice, not very pleasant if you're on the receiving end, but hugely embarrassing for Starmer. And he didn't hesitate. If you notice, he didn't hesitate to hit the deck and grab those papers. He knows his place. I think it was the same day that Starmer mistook a South Korean interpreter for the South Korean president.
이쪽 오십시오. 예. please. Okay. 저 비켜주. In the middle, please. 여기 앞쪽에 쓰십니다. 대통령 이쪽에 쓰십니다. I'm so sorry. Right? 내가 오른쪽 이렇게 앞에 쓰십니다. Right, that'll do it.
Now, this is proper cringe. Look at how they can't decide who's going to stand where. It's hugely embarrassing. It's not funny. It's not funny because Starmer's not a funny guy. Yeah, if it was Boris Johnson, Boris Johnson did a lot of bad things, but he's a character. He's got charisma. He's a bit of a clown, a bit of a comedian. Starmer isn't. He's not funny. He's a bad character. He's got no redeeming qualities whatsoever. He is probably a degenerate, by the evidence seems to suggest that there's something not quite right there, and he's obviously got no character. He's got no charisma. He just enacts the plan that he's been told to enact, and has no feelings about it. It's just horrible individual. So it's not funny when Starmer makes a gaffe, unless it involves sausages.
The return of the sausages, the hostages,